We are back with Alex, and this is coming to you like hot off the press. Just what, maybe 12 hours or so after you guys went into Marquette and took them down. So, Alex, thanks so much for coming on.
No, of course, thank you. It's been a while, so I had to make an appearance.
So let's talk. I mean, the calendar turned the page to February. I know January certainly had its share of ups and downs. Were you guys just excited to flip the page over to February?
No, absolutely. I mean, January wasn't that fun of a month for us, and we learned a lot through January, and we became stronger from it. And, a new month, new opportunity, and we had a great opportunity last night to get a much needed win for us, and we did so. So, just learning from that game, continue to get better, and use it as momentum heading into Friday.
I know fans always try to look for comparisons to other years and things like that. How did this compare to the January of a couple years ago? Because I know that's been the kind of the talking point of, hey, we saw what happened that January and what went on from there.
Yeah, it was similar. I'd say I think we had a couple losses this year that we were able to control. Like we had controllable mistakes and we definitely didn't play as well as we probably needed to. And at times we were a little unlucky with some moments, but similar as the January before, as where we didn't have a lack of urgency for a full 40 minutes, or we didn't play as well as we needed to, or we didn't play as like the coaching staff talks about life or desperation. So
Yeah.
we didn't really do that January or for some of the games in this January wins and losses. So think just learning from that, being stronger, and just really moving forward with what we should learn from and incorporating it for this month.
I got to talk about just one last January thing because it was a bit of an interesting game that last one against DePaul. Obviously, you guys get down big in the first half there. What was it like as you guys were just chipping away and ultimately came back to win that game?
We had to respond. I mean, this DePaul team, it's not the DePaul team like that I've played throughout my
Yeah.
career. It's way better. They're way better now. So we had to respond and just battle through a lot of adversity. We had to continue to believe in each other and believe that we'll get the win and just really just go one media timeout by one media timeout. And we did that. We responded well and, came out the win. So just staying together and just being stronger. And we had a lot of experiences where we were down and came back and didn't really finish the game. So we had to make sure we did this time.
Was it a tough halftime speech there?
Oh yeah, it was a little tough. It was a little tough. It was a tough locker room for sure, but we deserved it, so I can't really complain about it.
How do you, as a player, I know obviously the shooting wasn't what you wanted in that game, but still, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. How do you find ways to still contribute, and keep your head in the game when the shooting might not be going the way you want it to?
Just continue to do other things to affect the game. Coach always talks about you can't let your offense affect your defense or other aspects of the game. So trying to find other ways to impact the game, trying to find teammates that are having their night that game. And I mean, it's a huge confidence boost too, knowing that the coaching staff played me the entire game when I shot probably the worst in my career. So I mean, they would have taken me out if I wasn't doing stuff out there. So just continue to play, continue to be aggressive, and just continue to be just that guy for the team and just helping us lead on the court.
So you go from that game, relatively quick turnaround to head out to Marquette. What was the mindset going into that game, knowing that it's a team you've battled with in the Big East the past couple of years? Right now, heading into yesterday, they were in first place. So what was the mindset heading into the game?
Just play harder than them and just play like the more desperate team. I mean, they create so many challenges for you offensively and defensively, and they're one of the best teams, not just in the Big East, but in the country. And they're a really well-connected group. They're extremely well coached. So we have the utmost respect for them. And it really was a battle yesterday. We knew that they wouldn't go away. I know it was National Marquette Day and all that stuff. So we knew it'd be a packed gym, and we just had to make sure went in there and really just shut the crowd out right away. And
Yeah.
that in the first media. So hard fought game, but it's any game like that is just it's just such a good win.
I know that kind of the theme of the past, month and change without Liam has been, other guys having to step up and take on some bigger roles. I mean, you talk about shutting up the crowd before the first media timeout yesterday. I mean, Jalen, what was like 3 for 3 from three by that point. Jaden Ross obviously had a big game defensively yesterday. What has this past month kind of taught you as these guys have stepped up into some newer roles?
Taught us a lot. I mean, it's always got to be next man mentality, and Stewie did that. I knew Stewie would have that type of the way he shot a shoot around. I'd never seen him shoot like that before, so I knew he was about to heat up. And then Jaden Ross, his time's gonna come, and his time showed up. He just without him, we don't win that game. So it's always next man mentality. It's always gonna be someone's night, someone else's night, and it was their night. It was Solo's night, and they've really helped lead us to that win. So. And we're battling injuries right now, whether that's Liam, Ahmad,
Yeah.
Hassan's going through some pain right now. So just continue to just support each other and lift each other up and realize that we just got to be in it together and we're losing, man. Then someone else has got to step up. And those guys did a great job yesterday.
I feel like watching last night, especially on the defensive side of things, I feel like I saw you guys switching a lot more than I've ever seen a UConn team switch in the past. Is that a new little wrinkle to the game plan you guys have been working on?
Yeah, I'd say so. A little ring. I mean, we work on it. We do it sometimes with teams, like in practice, just in case we gotta do it during the game. And for Marquette, when you have five guys constantly on the court that could shoot the three,
Yeah,
it makes it easier on our defense just to switch everything. And I just give credit to Samson and Terrace as I don't think they're traditional five men on defense to where they have so much athleticism and talent to be able to stay in front of guards. So it made it easier for us just to be comfortable with switching 1 through 5. And you have to against a team like Marquette with the offense they run and how talented they are one-on-one wise. It definitely helped out a lot. And I mean, we work on it, so it wasn't. It might have been a surprise to you and whoever else, but for us, it was good.
when you mentioned Samson there, I feel like the past 3 or 4 games in particular, he just seems like a lot more confident out there, and you're seeing it pile up in the stat sheet there. Are you seeing a more confident Samson? I know you've been around him for so long, but it seems like he's really kind of hitting his stride now.
No, definitely. He's confident. He's definitely more confident this year, just leadership wise, his voice wise. He's using his voice a lot more during the games. That's the first sign. And then just defensively, just being able to protect the rim. He saves a lot of buckets that we make mistakes on. And offensively, he just takes whatever's there for him. So he's definitely a confidence boost for us. And he's just one of the best guys to be on the court with, just with how hard he plays. So he's one of my favorite teammates I've had. And it's just nice seeing him confident. He just cares so much.
Yeah. I know it took us a little bit in talking about the Marquette game here to get to Solo and what he did. I know you mentioned Jalen was hot in shoot around. Did Solo look that hot in shoot around too?
Solo's always hot. I don't know, like every time we do shooting drills, he's just making it. So I'm not saying he was just traditional Solo heading into the game during shoot around. And yeah, I mean what he did, 7 to 9 from three, the shots he made, the big time buckets he made for us. He's a special player, and I mean you could just see how much better he's gotten since November, the
Yeah.
first and now, and how much better he will continue to get. And he's an amazing player and just has an amazing approach towards everything. So he's awesome and he deserves those moments.
And I know Coach Charlie has talked about, obviously defensively being a big area of focus for him. And it seems like that's starting to really, kind of come in a bit more. Are you starting to see him become more of that complete player?
Definitely. He's improved so much and he challenges himself every day on the defensive end because we know the coaches are on about his defense. We've been on him about defense, and he knows how being such an elite defensive player could really just shape out for his career. So he takes a lot more pride in it. He gets angry when things aren't going his way on the defensive end, and he truly cares about it because he's the type of kid that just always wants what's best for the team, and he knows the team needs him to play better defense at times. So just like all of us, I'm not just saying him, but all of us got to continue to play better defense. But himself, he really tries to lock in and just focus on that. And he's done that. I mean, practice, he's been better. In games, he's clearly been better. So um, he's just a great kid. I don't know what else to say. He's just great.
Looking to add some local flavor to your lineup? Martin Rosel's is the MVP of your game day spread and a slam dunk for any occasion. Proudly made in hard-hit New Britain, their famous kielbasa and hot dogs have been a fan favorite for over 96 years. You can find their products in grocery stores across the state or have them delivered directly to your home court, coast to coast, via martinrosel.com. Take your taste buds to the championship and go support a UConn fan-owned business. I've got to ask this because during the broadcast, I'd never heard this before, but when he had that step back three, Gus Johnson says, like, oh, they call him Russell Westbrook. Is that a thing? Like, do you guys refer to him as that? Or I had no idea where that came from.
I've never called him Russell Westbrook. I call him three ball. I call him three ball because of threes.
Yeah.
So Russell Westbrook, maybe he told Gus Johnson to shoot around that he's Russell Westbrook. I have no idea. I've never thought of him as being Russell Westbrook just because he does have the athleticism if he wants to use it.
Yeah.
To dunk like Russell Westbrook where he plays like Russell Westbrook.
All right. Well, we'll keep doing some digging to get to the bottom of that one.
He got double doubles, but Westbrook gets triple double. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. They don't wear the same number, didn't go to the same college.
Yeah.
Well, not from the same. Yeah, I'm thinking too much now. I don't know.
We'll see if we can find out more on that one. From your game personally yesterday, I've got to ask because you had two kind of crazy shots. You had that one from like the foul line as the shot clock expired. Then you had that corner three that looked like it was about to rim out, which I know has unfortunately been a little bit of a pattern, but this one went down. Which one felt better for you?
Um, hmm. They both felt good. The three ball was nice to see go in, but then the midi, more specifically, it was at the free throw line. So that's
Yeah,
a nice one too. And I made all my free throws last
yeah.
night in an away environment. So
I don't know if you were shooting any free throws at that end when they did it, but I saw it because I think it was in the second half when you were down that end. They had that like inflatable thing. Have you ever seen something like that before?
I didn't even notice it until I watched the replay of the game. I just I didn't notice it. All I saw was I did shoot, I want to say like two down there.
Okay.
The little yellow the noodles I've seen.
Okay.
That I didn't see the inflatable thing. I just see signs they have and fans chirping my name and stuff.
I,
Oh, you know.
speaking of chirping, I mean the F Dan Hurley chants have been there for a couple years now, but I feel like the past few games in particular they've been a little stronger. Have you heard those?
Of course, during the games I don't hear them, but in warm-ups I hear them. Like Xavier did that in warm-ups.
Yeah.
In the replays you do hear like
Yeah. They've been a
Marquette.
lot more audible. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I don't think he did anything personally to Marquette or Xavier as wins. I don't know, but I guess I don't know. You kind of see it now with athletes all over. Like you just hate people that win and just constantly keep
Yeah.
winning. And you probably see it now with the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, of where like teams people don't really want to see them win because they continue to win. And that's the same way with Coach Hurley right now as he continues to win. So is in a weird way, it's a great compliment how much they hate you because you win all the time.
Yeah.
So I know he doesn't mind it. I know he doesn't pay attention to it. So he's
Yeah,
just
I remember Derek Jeter always saying like if you went on the road and you got booed, you knew you were doing something right. So
doing
you're
stuff out of the way. He's not going to change who he is as he shouldn't. So yeah, it's cool, and it gets our blood boiling more. So it's all right.
it seemed like you guys had some nice special guests behind the bench last night with Andre and Cam. You get a chance to spend some time with them?
Of course, after the game, we needed to get the win in order to talk to them. So after the game, we saw them, and it's amazing. I mean, those two guys, they were two of the closest guys, at least for me, that I was with for the team. So Cam was my guy last year, and Dre obviously was everyone's guy.
Yeah.
Cam guy too, but um, amazing people. Just really, you want to be like them when you play a UConn, just with the passion that they play with, the energy, and just how special they are as people off the court. So it's always nice to see them, and we had to get that win for them just
Yeah.
because you had two UConn legends like them come in and watch us sit right behind our bench. There's no chance that the thought of losing was happening. We had to get the win no matter what, and they're amazing. They talked to us after the game too, which was awesome. And for all the guys to meet them, if you haven't met them before or talked to them, you can really just see how special they are and
Yeah.
just the great advice they give.
What was their message to the team afterwards?
Just continue to be the team that we are. Just continue to play hard, play a full 40-minute game. Just some stuff that they saw that we got to clean up on, and just to enjoy the memories and just enjoy the moment.
When you talk about playing a full 40, I thought last night in particular was one of those games where like Marquette threw a number of punches back at you, but you guys always seem to have the answer. How is that during a game when you could feel that they're getting a bit of a run and you guys have that punch to punch right back?
Yeah, just stay composed. It's a game of runs. We knew.
Yeah.
Team like Marquette too, they're not going to back down, especially in front of their home crowd and sellout. So we knew we had to respond, and we know how talented we are to respond to any team in the country. So just staying together, just staying composed, and really just not letting the external noises or the other team going on a run really affect how we are or what we do out there.
Looking forward now with St. John's coming up Friday, Creighton then the following Tuesday, and it seems like you might be getting Liam back. What does Liam back mean for you and the team, especially like in terms of how maybe teams have defended you guys without Liam, especially you solo seeming to get a lot of attention out there.
Yeah, he frees us up a lot more. He's going to free Solo and I a lot more just because he's another player that's just ultra talented, and he's going to help us defensively as well, just being a great defender and rebounding as well. So he'll be key for us. And then offensively, just give us another ball handler too. Doesn't need to put so much pressure on Haas, Aiden, Solo to always bring up the ball. So he'll help us out a lot there. But then obviously he's going to draw a lot of attention too. So it's going to be tough for teams just to solely lock in on
Yeah.
myself, Solo, and Liam at the same time. It's easier to do it with two of us out there, but with three of us, it's extremely tough. So we're able to get back to the full strength team that we know we're capable of and know how good we can be. And he's showed up in big time moments for us this season. He will continue to do that. So he's going to be a key piece for us. And I know he's been waiting a while now to get back out there. So he's
You could tell
excited.
on the bench.
You can tell on the bench, you could tell when I see him in the facility in the training room, he's tired of doing rehab exercises. So he's been waiting a while now. And yeah, no, I'm excited for him to return, whether that's Friday or whenever the
Yeah.
coaches change.
What are you able to take away from the pressure Marquette brought last night going into this game against St. John's, who's another team that's going to want to, pick you up and press you a bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be the same thing. Just learn from our mistakes. We'll watch the film tomorrow, and we had a lot of turnovers, which can't happen, especially St. John's, another team that presses, gets after you,
Yeah.
athletic, and their guards. They're just a bigger team in general, so they do force a lot of turnovers as well. So we'll learn from it. We'll definitely be. We're blessed to be able to have a couple extra days to
Yeah.
get ready for St. John's and watch them play on Tuesday against Marquette too. So it's good. We just played Marquette. They'll play Marquette. We'll be able to see what they do. So yeah, we'll learn from it and really just use the extra days as an advantage.
How big are the extra days, especially? I know everyone's been a little bit banged up. I know you went through the number of guys. I know you've been dealing with a bit of an ankle. How nice is it to get a few days off as you get ready for this kind of hard of conference play really here in February?
Yeah, it's extremely nice. I mean, the trading room's going to be nice today. My cold tub session's going to be nice today, the rest of the weeks. So it's much needed. It's the Big East, it's nonstop. Our practices are still intense and the games are even like just,
Yeah.
battles. So we need the health. We need everyone to be healthy. We need everyone to stay recovered and just on top of it as there's at a point right now you're not going to be fully recovered or fully healthy, but you got to be as healthy as possible. And having these extra days will help, but at the same time, it's not like a chill week where we get to, mess
Yeah.
around and whatever. We got to stay on top of our stuff.
As you like just look at ahead a little bit, especially obviously got as you look later this month, you got Creighton, Villanova again, teams that you lost to. What are you able to do as you look at some of the film from those games as you prepare for facing a team a second time?
Learn from the mistakes that we were able to control that lost us the game. A lot of bad mistakes in both games that ultimately costed us the game. Um, just kind of learn what we can do better and learn. I mean, we've seen all these teams now besides St. John's and Seton Hall, so we know what these players' tendencies are. We know what teams like to do offensively, so nothing should really be a surprise for us now. So just learn from the mistakes and learn how we can be better, whether that's defensively, what we could do with players, or offensively and just aggression. I mean, for myself, more aggressive in those two games, first half as well. So just learning from it and just being better and continue to watch them too. I mean, we do have this bye week, so
Yeah.
obviously these teams are playing on Tuesday or Wednesday. So, we play St. John's next, but also just watch Creighton, Nova, and all the other teams that we still haven't played yet.
Yeah. Um, I got to ask this one, just a fun one. It came out that both Andre and Steph will be in the dunk contest this year. Who are you taking?
Wow. Oh my God. Hmm. I don't know. I really don't know. Because Steph could dunk over 1B and that'd be tens. Or like Dre, he does the craziest dunks I've seen. So I generally don't know. I can't say. I can't say.
Hey,
Dre's
it's a tough one.
It's a tough one. Dre's been my teammate for longer. Steph was my shooting partner last year, so I was with him all the time. I'm gonna go with Andre. I'm gonna go with Andre.
Okay. I think that's who Coach Harley took too. So
Oh, did we? Andre or Dre.
uh just kind of looking now just at February, just what are kind of those areas of focus as you're still working on getting better here as you get ready for the end goals here of Big East tournament, NCAA tournament down the stretch.
It's just defense, rebounding, and turnovers. I think those three things. Offensively, I believe will always be fine, just with the talent we have and the way the coaches put us in position to score. So, um, it's just the defense. Defensively, we got better yesterday against a really good Marquette team. Still made a lot of mistakes that we may have gotten lucky on, but that we'll learn from. Um, Turnovers, obviously, way too many. And then rebounding. I mean, we know, at least looking at St. John's, they're one of the best rebounding teams in the country. So, um, yeah, those three things, we can sharpen those up and continue to get better at them, then, I believe we'll have as good as a chance as anybody to win in the Big East and put ourselves in a great position for March.
It's weird because you guys haven't been in like an underdog position in a long time, but just seeing yesterday on College Game Day, I know they all picked Marquette to win the game. Is it weird playing that kind of role again?
It's weird, but at the same time, it was really nice. Like all the pressure was off of us. All the pressure was really on Marquette yesterday, just with College Game Day picking them.
Yeah,
I assume the Vegas line was for Marquette. Um, National Marquette Day, like they
yeah.
want to win on that day. So we had no pressure going into the game, and really we were able to play so free. And I think that's when we're truly at their best, and we just don't think about it. We just play our basketball. So it was really nice, and yeah, it was a great feeling. I'd say it's something I'm not used to, but it was nice.
Alex is always really appreciated. Thanks so much for hopping on and best of luck in these games coming up.
Of course, thank you once again.